In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to insert a grid in Framer. We'll walk through a simple 3-step process to add a grid to your canvas, and I'll explain what's happening along the way so you understand not just what to click, but why it matters for your design. First, make sure you have your Framer project open on your screen. You can use a new blank project or an existing one, it doesn't really matter. At the top left area of the Framer interface, look for the layout options. This is usually found near the tools you use to add frames, text, and other elements. Click on the layout control there. This is where Framer groups all the different layout assistants, including the grid option we'll be using. Opening this menu tells Framer that you want help arranging your content in a more structured way, rather than placing everything manually. Once the layout options are open, look for the item labeled grid and click on it. By choosing grid, you're telling Framer that you want to create a layout made up of rows and columns. This is especially useful for galleries, card layouts, product listings, or anytime you want elements spaced evenly and aligned neatly. Think of the grid as an invisible structure that keeps your design consistent and easier to adjust later. After you click grid, your cursor will change to indicate that you're about to draw something on the canvas. Now move your cursor over to the main canvas area, where you design your page. Click and drag your mouse to draw a box on the canvas. As you drag, you're defining the size and area where the grid will live. When you release the mouse button, Framer will automatically create a grid inside that box. The larger you draw the box, the more space your grid will have to work with. You can always resize it later by selecting the grid and dragging its edges, so don't worry about getting it perfect the first time. After the grid appears, you will be able to adjust the number of columns, spacing, and other settings in the Properties panel, but the essential process is exactly what we just covered. Open the layout controls, select grid, and drag out a box on your canvas. And that's it. You've successfully inserted a grid in Framer, giving your design a clean, consistent structure to build on.